guys! So today we're going to look at 3 blues rock licks. I was promising to make this video after posting a clip on Instagram, which you can see here. That seemed particularly popular, so I've taken 3 licks from that particular video and we're going to showcase them today. So we're going to do them nice and slow. There's going to be tabs which you can use to accompany this lesson, which you can find on my Facebook page below. And without further ado, let's get into them. Cool, so as you would have seen by the demonstration just now, it's quite a long lick, this one. What I'm going to do is break it up into sections, so you can choose to use it as individual sections or you can use it as the full lick. So we're starting off with a little repeating pattern using some hybrid picked pentatonics. So we're going to start with a pull off from the 12th fret of the G onto the 10th fret of the G, and then we're going to pick the 12th fret of the D above it, something like this. And then what we're going to do is reverse and go back on ourselves and hammer from the 10th fret of the G to the 12th fret of the G. And then the hybrid picking comes in. So we're going to use our middle finger and we're going to hybrid pick the 10th fret on the B string. And then from there, to finish up the pattern, we're going to pick again on our 12th fret of the G, pulling off to the 10th fret. And that's the first pattern. So to extend this pattern and take it further, we are going to use exactly the same pattern, exactly the same picking, but we are going to start on the 13th fret of the B string, and we're going to pull off to the 10th fret. And then our note on the string above it is going to be the 12th fret of the G. And we're going to repeat exactly the same pattern by hammering back on the B from the 10th to the 13th. And then this time our hybrid pick note is going to be the 10th fret on the high E string. And then we're going to repeat our 13th fret and our 10th fret, giving us something like this. And that's shape number 2. So for shape number 3, we're going to move up and do again the same picking pattern, this time using the 15th fret and the 13th fret of the B, and using the 14th fret and the 13th fret of the G and the high E string. So I'm going to play that for you slowly now. And that's the last shape. So all together we have something like this. And that's the first lick. So the next part of the lick is a really cool bluesy one, and it incorporates a lot of bending, not necessarily up to the tone note, and you'll hear exactly what I mean when I show you it now. So we're going to start off with the bend like that, and we're going to take the 15th fret on the high E string. And what we're going to do is bend that up almost to the semitone, but not quite, and we're going to do that twice to give us this sort of vibe. So next note we're going to do a similar sort of thing, and we're going to do that on the 13th fret of the high E string, and that's going to go something like this. So next notes are just going to be 2 picked notes, nice and easy. It's going to be the 15th fret on the B string and the 14th fret on the G, which gives us something in total like this. And then we're going to have another slight shake or bend of the 13th fret on the B, and then we're going to go to our root note because we're in D, which is going to be the 15th fret of the B string. And then we're going to give that another pick and give it some vibrato, some quite fast vibrato, sounds really good on this. And then our last note is we're going to slide up to the minor third, which in this case is going to be the 18th fret on the B. And what we're going to do is bend that up really slowly, and again not quite to that key note, which gives us that real bluesy vibe. So let me demonstrate that for you now. So very quickly for this last section of the lick, a nice easy one, and it's a bit of a run using some chromatic notes from the blues scale actually. So after we've done our bend, we're going to go to the 15th, the 16th and the 17th fret of the high E string. Alternate pick those, and we're going to do that once. And then we're going to do it for a second time, and we're going to slide up to the 20th fret of the high E string. Something like this. And then our last bit is going to be 2 pick notes and a bend, so we're going to pick the 17th fret and the 20th fret again, and then we're going to give that a nice big bend with some vibrato up to that high D to finish. So in total we've got something like this. And at the end, if you want, you can give that another pick once you've bent as well. Completely up to you. So let's run through that lick slow in total, and then move on to lick number 2. So lick number 2 is a really cool one. It's the shortest of the 3, but it can be used in many different ways, and you can change it very subtly to use it repeated over a few bars of improv. So let me play it for you slow in its entirety. So as you would have seen in the last lick, we had a lot of those sort of microtonal bends, so just pulling that note slightly out of key, which sounds really cool, really bluesy, and is a massive feature of this one too. So let's get started with the notes. So we're going to start off with a little pull-off pattern, similar to our first picking pattern on our last lick. So we're going to start on the 15th fret, and we're going to pull off to the 13th fret, and then we are going to pick the 14th fret on the B, and hammer back on our notes on the B, so the 13th and the 15th, something like this. So the next part of the lick is going to take a note that's not actually in the key of D minor, but we're going to bend it up a semitone to bring it in, which sounds really, really cool. And that note that we are going to use is the 14th fret of the B string. And what we're going to do is we're going to bend that up a semitone, and that's going to take our major 7 up to our tonic note of D. And that's going to sound something like this. So in total now we're going to have something like this. And the blues are something that sounds really cool in rock stuff as well. And then that brings us nicely onto the end of the lick, whereby we are going to slide up to our minor 3rd, similar to the middle section of the last lick, and we're going to bend that up really slowly, just twisting that note out of key and making it sound really bluesy. So let's have a run through of the whole lick, and it's going to go something like this. And that's the end of lick 2. So as you would have seen, lick number 3 is a nice bluesy one, so let's get started on that one. We're going to start with a nice big bend on the minor 3rd, so on the 18th fret of the B string, and we're going to take that up not quite a tone, and we're going to do it quite slowly, like a lot of the licks we've done so far, something like this. We're going to rake into that with the pick as well, because that sounds really cool for this sort of thing. And then we're going to be following that with the 15th fret on the B, which is our D, the 16th fret on the G, and then we're going to go back to that note on the B string, and we're going to give that some really nice big vibrato. So that first section is going to go something like this. So after that section we're going to return to that 16th fret on the G, and then we're going to go on to the second half of the lick. So far we're going to have... That's the first half, and then we're going to go to the 17th fret on the high E, and we're going to bend that A tone, and then we're just going to descend from the 17th, 16th and 15th. So that's going to give us something like this. And then from there we're going to go back to our 18th fret on the B. We're going to go back to our 15th fret on the B, and then we're going to go back to our 16th fret, and then we're going to finish with some nice vibrato again on the 15th fret of the B. So that's going to give us something like this. So in total we're going to have... And that's the end of lick number 3. So I hope you enjoyed those 3 licks. So please remember you can find tabs for these on my Facebook page, links in the description. Feel free to follow me on there and follow me on Instagram as well. So I've got a lot more topics planned to make some videos on, but as always, if there's some content you'd like to see on this channel, please leave me a comment, leave a thumbs up if you like what you see. So to end this session, I'm going to do a little improv to a blues rock style backing track. I'm going to incorporate these 3 licks so that you guys can see how they work and how they sound with a live band sort of thing. So with that, I want to wish you guys a good day, I want to wish you happy playing, and we will see you guys next time.